As a kid, I was always fascinated by the world around me. How did it form? Why does the landscape look the way it does? And that's what really got me involved in geology. Hi, I'm Chris Hine, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Physical Sciences at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science. I'm a coastal geologist, which means that I study coastal change from the last 10,000 years all the way to the last 5 years and into the future. A lot of that work is focused on barrier islands, and in particular, my current work, funded by the Virginia Sea Grant, looks at change along Virginia's barrier islands. How are they growing? How are they eroding? How are they moving? And are they still going to be able to protect the mainland of the Virginia Eastern Shore into the future? So we go out and we will literally, with a shovel, dig a hole, look at the subsurface. Other times we take out bigger equipment. So we have our vibrocore system. And the vibrocore uses vibration. You attach a vibrating head to a hollow aluminum pipe, which is nothing more than an irrigation pipe that's used on farms. Attach that to the aluminum pipe, stick it vertically, let it vibrate, and what it does is that it basically liquefies the sediment that's touching that pipe and allows the pipe to sink down into the sediment. We cap it. It's like putting your finger on a straw, pull it back up, and all the sediment stays inside, and we open that up. And that allows us to look at all the different layers. We take a core through a barrier island and we find mud, an environment that is a back barrier lagoon. With that, on top of that, we find marsh. On top of that, we find a barrier island beach and dune sand. Well, there we know that that location has changed. In Virginia's barrier islands, we can go down about 30 feet with a vibrocore system. All the samples that we take from the field, all of our cores, we then bring them back to the lab. We look at color, we look at grain size, we look at what kind of biological material is there. We look at, sometimes we'll go as deep and look at foraminifera or pollen. We will do sometimes chemical analyses, geochemical analyses, how much carbon, how much nitrogen is there, and then what are some of the isotopes of those that are there. So for example, how much either C14, C13, or C12 is in that sediment. And that will tell us about, all this information tells us about what we call the environment of deposition. That is, what was the environment, what was there at that location of that core when that sediment was deposited. And that's what we're really studying here, is how the economics and the ecology and the geology all play together to provide for resilient barrier island systems, and how sea level rise is changing all of